Okay, welcome to the second to last review in my mob movie marathon, the 1996 HBO John Gotti movie starring Armand Assante, and probably the best mob movie you've never seen. I don't know a lot of people that have seen this movie, but it's really good, and this is considered, a lot of people put this top on all-time great mob movies. There are people who consider this the most authentic. It stars Armand Assante as Gotti, and it has a great supporting cast, including Anthony Quinn as Neil Delaroche. It follows his rise of power in the Gambino crime family to becoming the boss, and it does a really good job. The best acting scene in this, it begins with Gotti being given a job, and he winds up being involved in someone being killed who wasn't supposed to be killed. And he comes this close to getting killed himself because it was another made man and he didn't have permission. He winds up getting away with his life but going to jail for it. And what I think is the best piece of acting in the entire movie, it's basically one of those you turn yourself in, and he's getting ready to go to jail for a few years. His kids are sleeping, and he's walks through the room, looks at the kids while they're sleeping, leaves each of them a present, kisses them goodbye, and he does all of this without speaking, and it's a well done scene. And even though he's portraying this horrible person, you do get caught up in the emotion of the moment. You do feel not for this mobster, but this father who knows he's not going to see his kids for a while, and that wasn't easy to pull off. And we focus on his time in prison and how he slowly starts getting more power and becomes the boss of the Gambino crime family, and how because when the spotlight gets on him, he lives the life where other bosses, they wouldn't wear the fanciest, most expensive suits because they didn't want to draw attention to themselves. Gotti was wearing the $3,000 suits, and you see the bosses of the other families didn't like that, and his attitude was, they know what I am. I'm not going to expose any of my crimes, but I'm not going to hide it either. I'm going to dress how they would expect me to dress and whatnot, and how he played to the crowd. And even a lot of the people had his support. There was one scene where he beats a RICO case, and when he gets in his car, he tells them, you know why these people like me? Because I just beat the same system that's been messing them over their entire lives. It even covers some things like when one of his sons was accidentally hit by a car and killed by a neighbor, and this guy got killed. They show him get shot in the movie, but in real life, we don't know if he got shot or not. His body was just never seen again. Really, that's kind of a mess up on the Justice Department, like, knowing this guy accidentally killed Gotti's son. They should have just stepped in and, you may not have committed any crimes, but we're gonna offer you witness protection because there's no way you're gonna make it to the end of the week. But hindsight's 20/20. And like I said, these are not good people, and this movie shows that. And interestingly enough, Frank Vincent, who played Billy Bats in Goodfellas and Frank Collada in Casino, is in this movie. So these three movies have connective tissue with one actor, which is pretty interesting. His character, like Billy Bats, gets killed in this one, but he gets killed by Sammy the Bull Guevara, who I can't think of the actor's name, but he did a great job playing Sammy the Bull. Everyone in this film really did a great job bringing the characters to life. This movie doesn't have the fast pace of Goodfellas. It's a slower movie that focuses on the characters more. but I think it's to the movie's credit. From what I understand, the way this movie was made, it was one of those, it would be made and the studio would buy the film and it was supposed to get a theatrical release, but they ran out of money and the studio lost interest and HBO picked it up. I don't know how true that is, but if they did, if it is true, I'm glad they did, because this is an enjoyable movie that deserves an updated release. I hate these old flipper covers. I'd love to see this get a Blu-ray release, and Armand Assante, interestingly enough, this review could not have been timed more perfectly, had announced they're working on a sequel to this movie, so hopefully that means, we'll get a Blu-ray with at least a commentary track, because special features, all this has interactive menus. This is in the early days of DVD when they have to list interactive menus as a special feature. Cast and crew bios, which is not a good feature, but it's something I'd kind of like to see make a return, and language, subtitle, and chapter selection listed as special features. So yeah, you're in the early days of DVD when you look at this case. But, fun movie. I found the movie on YouTube. You can watch it for free, or you can go on eBay and get this relatively cheap. I think I paid $5 for my copy with shipping and handling. So, check it out. It's worth a watch. And when I say it does entail a good period, it even shows when he gets busted how they bugged his house and recorded a conversation that was not the best, where they were discussing Sammy the Bull, and when they arrested all of them, they were able to play that recording for Sammy. And I should say spoiler alert, but this is history. It's easy to find out what happened, and he actually agreed to testify in exchange for walking. He didn't walk, but he just got all his crimes knocked down to a racketeering charge. And it ends with a good monologue. Okay, you have an opening monologue in the film where Armand Assante says Gotti is talking, and at the end of the film, you get the rest of that dialogue, so it's a good bookend. And he's talking about how 5-10 years from now, you're going to wish there was American Cosa Nostra. 5-10 years from now, you're going to miss John Gotti. And I'm not doing the line justice, but it's a great line. I give this movie a solid A. It's highly enjoyable. It's, like I said, the best mob movie you've never seen. And it deserves, and desperately deserves, an upgraded release that, like I said, hopefully with the sequel, we will get a upgraded release. So, have you seen it? Have you not? If not, it's free to watch on YouTube. I highly recommend it. So, like, share, comment, subscribe, and be on the lookout, because one review left to go. Over and out.